Look at the upcoming schedule brought to you by Bud Light. Endless refreshment from start to finish. Bud Light keeps it coming. And Jerry, the Kings will be home Friday to take on Odin and the Blazers. We'll have that for you on News 10. Then a little road trip at the Lakers and at Portland back-to-back. Home against Ryan Anderson, the Oak Ridge High School product from El Dorado Hills, and the New Jersey Nets. Get out there and support your local guy along with the Sacramento Kings and at Utah. So that's your upcoming schedule. And it is right now a Kings team that is a minute 17 away, leading it by 5, trying to hang on here and beat the very talented New Orleans Hornets.
Well, they're doing everything necessary to beat this team. I mean, good defense. Bobby Jackson really is making it tough on Chris Paul, which is the real key, because then that makes it tougher for all the other Hornets, and that's what we've seen here. And then, of course, on the offensive end, which is what I've liked, is you're really seeing the ball move around. The Kings aren't necessarily trying to get a ball to a certain guy, certain spot. Just run your offense, take what the defense gives you, and, boy, playing the quality basketball, need a couple more minutes of it.
Right, with 27 minutes played, as you look at Peja Stojakovic coming out of that huddle, you wouldn't even know Peja's been on the floor tonight. He has been really quiet. He's only taken 7 shots. He only has 7 points.
Yeah, which ought to scare you a little bit, because you know they're looking for some threes to get back in this game. And so Chris Paul will certainly keep in mind that Page is capable of hitting a lot of 3 balls. So definitely Page not a factor thus far here tonight.
Reggie Theus going to have John Salmons inbound the ball. He's with Hawes, Jackson, Udrich, Miller.
A couple of good solid possessions here offensively by the Kings could really make it tough for these Hornets.
And it's Beno Udrich. Chris Paul watching. Who's going to take the shot here? Stojakovic, John Salmons. Jackson. Gotta hurry. Miller. Yes. Brad Miller. Boy, that was a nicely executed play, Jerry.
Sure was. Brad Miller missed the last one. No hesitation there. He's a good shooter. He knows he's a good shooter. He took the good shot and made it.
Anything but threes you can live with here. Boy, look at that defense by the Kings. Paul.
And Bobby Jackson is wearing. He is absolutely wearing Chris Paul.
And Posey able to save it to Stojakovic. 3 on the way. And out of bounds, and it will be Sacramento ball with 40 seconds left.
Well, Bobby Jackson is absolutely wearing Chris Paul. But here's Bobby penetrating, kicking back to Brad. Just steps right into it. Brad shooting with a lot of confidence.
Well, I'll tell you something. After that embarrassing performance last night, to come in here and play this way really shows me something. You know, and let's face it, it's been a tough weekend with the loss at home by 2 to Phoenix, the loss to San Antonio by 2, and then you go to Memphis, a team that's 3 wins and 7 losses or 10 losses, and you come in here and play this well against one of the best teams in the league. This really, Jerry, should boost their confidence.
Well, I don't know why it wouldn't, and I'll tell you what, boy, a lot of things went right tonight, especially with the guy coming into the game. Dante Green, a lot of courage getting him as a starter. He really did bring a lot of emotion and energy to it, as well as production. And I think that the substitution patterns, getting Bobby Jackson, keeping him fresh until the end to go against the guy he knows, Chris Paul, really maybe the difference maker.
102-94 with 39 seconds left.
Just simply a spectacular outing here in any way you look at it.
And you still have Kevin Martin and Francisco Garcia on the horizon as Bobby Jackson draws the charge from Chris Paul. And, of course, Mikey Moore expected to play this weekend for the Kings when they get back home Friday.
Yeah, Mikey's going to bring some energy, but yes, look at that. I mean, right there, Bobby Jackson, I mean, he is wearing Chris Paul. Chris Paul's getting frustrated. He can't get anywhere. Bobby Jackson says, no, I can still play, partner. It ain't over for me.
Well, again, based on the circumstances of the last 24 hours, and this is beyond impressive. And Byron Scott knows that his team is struggling, and let's face it, the loss tonight is going to put them at 5-5.
Yeah, and it's going to put a little loss of confidence. You see Byron very frustrated right there. Outstanding coach with an outstanding team, but they're not playing like it as the Kings just took over the second half, to be quite honest. Have been the better team here in the second half, and boy, the contributions from everybody that got on the floor, and The timeouts, the substitution patterns, everything just perfect.
And it's one thing to go on the road and beat the lowly Clippers, but to come and beat New Orleans on the second of a back-to-back, that says something.
It sure does.
And there's Paul. 104-96.